Welcome back. Tabling tariffs. The White House delaying a decision on steel and aluminum tariffs for most U.S. allies until next month. Those were originally set to expire today, those exemptions. The decision coming ahead of highly anticipated trade talks that start in China on Thursday. Secretary of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin, leading the delegation, and this is what he told Maria about the goals for the trip.
I'm cautiously optimistic about the meetings. I don't really want to predict what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. We're going to go over there. We're going to have very frank discussions. These are issues that President Trump has been focused on for over the last year, and hopefully we'll make significant progress. We're going there to make progress. That's our objective.
The steel and aluminum tariffs were a key issue during French President Emmanuel Macron's visit last week. And my next guest attended that state dinner. Joining me now is Accenture North America CEO Julie Sweet. Julie, give us some intelligence gathering from that state dinner. What is your sense of this extension for our key allies on these steel and aluminum tariffs and the impact on business here in the U.S.?
Well, good morning, Dagan. Thanks for having me. I think it was a thoughtful move to go ahead and have that extension because, I'm here at the Milken Conference, and the mood is very optimistic and continues to be, and you see that in the numbers that have been released, the increase in business spending. But every conversation around the economy and what's happening has a but, and that is, unless there's a trade war. And so I think it's really important that, the president and the administration are being very thoughtful. And certainly the state dinner was an excellent event, but demonstrated the closeness of the U.S. with France and the importance of Europe.
Hey, Julie, this is Mike Murphy. I agree with you.
Hi,
Mike. A few points. One, I think the mood in the economy in the country is very positive toward the economy. But two, when you talk about trade war being bad, completely agree. But almost as bad, Julie, is bad trade deals. So the way I see this is the president looking to level the playing ground on our trade deals. So I think that's something that's necessary, should have been done a long time ago. And I think ultimately it's going to be a positive for the U.S. economy. Just like your thoughts on that.
Mike, I absolutely agree. I'm a member of the Business Roundtable. I'm on the board, and we've been very consistent across the board that we need free and fair trade. And so it's really about thoughtful, fair trade deals that take into account, everyone's interests and really come out in the right place. And so I think we should be, positive about moves toward fair trade.
Jerry Willis here. Good to see you today. We know that Mnuchin today was saying to Maria, our very own Maria Bartiromo, that he's not worried about a labor shortage. I'm wondering if you see anything like that. When I talk to people, when I talk to business operators in this area, I'm hearing about it every single day. There's not enough workers. Your view?
Jerry, I also am concerned in that it's not so much that there aren't enough workers. There aren't enough workers with the right skills. If you look at unemployment today, there's about 6 million jobs open, and there are 6 million people who are looking for jobs, but they don't have the right skills. And one of the things we've been really focused on at Accenture is reskilling our own workforce as we have, pivoted our business to where our clients need to go, which is around digital cloud and security. And here at the Milken Conference, there's been a lot of discussion about the need to invest and really both upskill our current workers and pivot our educational system for the jobs that are going to be created in the future.
Julie, it was great to see you. Thank you for getting up so early out there in Los Angeles. Enjoy the Milken Conference. Julie Sweet.
Great.
Of Accenture.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thanks for having me.